I'm going to keep posting about this all day because this is bull. I went and logged into my federal loan account, and this is what I found. I graduated in 2011 with $46,000 in student loan debt. My loan debt is now almost $90,000. In that time, I've been a social worker that has made income-based repayments on my loan for years, and that has almost doubled. You want to know why people are pissed off about their student loans? It's not because we can't get anyone else to pay them for us. It is because you have set it up where we can never pay them off ourselves. And then you sit here and tell us into our faces that we are lazy, this is somehow our fault. Anyone who still doesn't see that this is ranked against us can get...
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell y'all I'm at a loss of words right now.
Me too. Hey guys, Robert here. Folks are stressed out today when it comes to these student loans. She wants to know how her balance doubled over the time that she's been making her student loans. She's in luck because I'm going to keep my cool and I'm going to explain to her and to you all out there that are watching how these balances can double over time so that it doesn't happen to you. But before we get into that, take a few seconds to hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps the channel. Also, I'm a lender. And if you need help with any type of residential financing, that's single family, duplex, triplex, fourplex, anywhere in these United States, I'm your guy. That information's in the comment section and the description below. Now, let's get to helping these folks. Let's go. So I'm not going to assume that everybody knows this, but basically, she's only been making a portion, a small portion at that, of the interest on the total loan. I remember back in the day, 2009 to 13, when we were coming out of or working our way out of the housing crash, the housing debacle that happened during that time, that was truly a crash. And we had all of this inventory, all of these homes. One of the common themes was, and I won't mention the company's name, but there was a loan product called a pick-a-pay option, pick-a-pay. And long story short, folks were able not only to just come up with their income out of thin air, but they also had an option to choose 4 different payments. And the only good thing about those loans at that time was there was a threshold for the negative amortization, meaning if people kept picking just a portion of the interest that was occurring every month, that balance that wasn't paid, the additional interest and the principal, was moved on to the back of the loan. But once you got to 110, sometimes 120% in one company I was thinking of, then they were forced to make a fully amortized payment. So just to net it down, all of these income-based repayment programs that they've had for years, all you've been making is a portion of the interest payment. But this is what gets me, and I mean this respectfully. When are we going to stop blaming everybody? Number one. Number two, what's up with all of the language? My goodness. Hopefully you can keep your emotions intact a little better when you're helping other folks. I think you said you were a social worker. It's crazy to me how we all as people at some point in time, until we mature, we want to pass the buck off to someone else. Here's the lesson learned, because I'm not here to get on to anybody, because I don't know what she knew prior. But the deal is this. Before you sign on the dotted line, one of the slogans that came out of the housing debacle, Dodd-Frank, know before you owe. You have to stop assuming that people have your best interest in heart. And then secondly, understand the terms of the deal that you're getting into. All of these income-based repayment plans that were in the past, a lot of folks didn't get their loans forgiven because they weren't checking in every year, updating the information. It's always something missing, and then you want to blame somebody else. I digress. The reason you are not paying off these balances and they're growing is because the interest is accruing, and based on the financial picture that you present to the servicer at that time, you're only paying sometimes a fraction of the interest that's occurring. It's almost like a credit card, right? And so you pay all of these years and you're going to end up, in this case, paying more than you would have. So the deal is, if you're coming out of school and you have student loan debt, you need to find out how you can attack that thing before you go buy a car and splurge and all those things. Get rid of the debt and don't think somebody's going to come and save you. And if you don't want to do those things, if you guys are coming out of high school, there's other avenues available to you that you don't have to take on this debt and then not want to pay it back in the future. So I think I hit that on the head, and I ran into another young lady. We're going to help her out too. Let's check it out.
Why was I like, yo, God, let me have a good day. Don't let nothing stress me out. Like, everything's fine. You know, we gonna walk together. Like, we doing this together. I'm walking with God, right?
She's talking about God like he's in her back pocket. She's talking about God like it's Burger King and you can have it your way. Man, let me just get back into the video. Woo-wee.
Why was it when I got to my mama's house, right? My mom leaves my mail out on the table. So I get to my mom's house and I'm checking my mail. Why do I see something from Mohila? I'm like, here we go. If you go back to my video yesterday, I was telling y'all about Mohila and them loans. So why, when I opened the bill, I didn't see none of the writing or nothing. All I seen was your girl owed $26,000 in student loans. I'm like, what? Ain't no way I owe $26,000 in student loans. Like, that's money that I should have a master's or a doctorate, right? And I have neither.
So I got time today. The reason you were sidetracked and just blown away by the balance of your student loans, what they had grown to, you said it earlier in your video. You didn't read any of the paperwork. So the lesson, guys, is this. You have to understand. You have to read and understand. Ask all the questions that you need to ask. There is no dumb question when you're getting ready to sign on the dotted line. Again, know before you owe. In fact, what we do on a daily basis is simplify the home loan process for those of you looking to get on the property ladder. And just today, had a young lady call me 3 times, and she kept saying, "Oh, Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry. Oh, Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry." And I'm like, you're fine. You're good, right? You need to understand what you are about to get into, because when done right, owning residential real estate, in this case, her single family for her and her children, single family residence, pardon me, for her and her children, it's imperative for you to understand before you take on this debt. So I don't mind answering questions and explaining so that you can understand what it is that you're going to take on. That's what I like to do. So I told her, don't apologize. Now's the time to ask all those questions. Same thing with you all if you're getting ready to go to school or take on any type of debt. Today, student loan debt is on par with home loan debt. That might be the largest debt that you get into your adult life. You must know before you owe. We can all learn from these situations. We need to relax, calm down, because when you're emotional, you make bad decisions. And if you can't control yourself, then you can't control your finances. For those of you that want help understanding what it takes to get onto the property ladder or to move up the ladder, you might enjoy watching these videos right over here. For the rest of you, until the next time, peace.